Hi everyone and welcome. It's Marcie Besker live here on Sunday at a little after 12 with some technical difficulties, but we look like we are going fine now, except it doesn't look like my picture updated. So I will have to fix that. Let's see if you can see me here and have comments. All right, I have it turned down. Sorry for the confusion, you guys. I tried to schedule it so I can post a picture and you guys know it's coming and everything. And for whatever reason, my third-party software and scheduling just don't like each other. So sorry about that. Thank you so much for being so patient. Oh, you're great. You know what happened is, you're welcome, Mindy. I had to go in and, long story, I had to recreate my whole template, which is the picture, the old picture showed up, which is kind of weird. The other weird thing that happened yesterday is it still said I was live today. So all night, all day, my video from my unboxing yesterday said live. And I'm like, no, I was not 24 hours on TV, but that's okay. Hello, everybody. Hi, Barbara, Tashana, Carol, Feline, Carolyn, Felicia, Cindy. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being patient. I'm sorry about that. Every time I try to do that, it doesn't work. I'm going to have to try it with a private link and just play with it and see why it's not working. Not a lot of people use the same program I use. Hi, Rose. I'm in California also. Where are you? Hi, Susan and Terry. Welcome and happy 4th of July. I realized I should have worn red, but I didn't. Sorry. Hi, Katie. Carolyn, hi. Manaphy. Where's Manaphy by? And Rose, where are you at? And where's that by? I'm in Clovis, which is right by Fresno. The joys of modern technology. I'm telling you, I love that it gets out there and lets you know that I'm coming live and that, oh, Lancaster, okay. So I like it. I like that. So you know what I'm going to be doing and, you know, all that. Reminder, you can set a reminder, but it didn't work. So I have a couple things to share with you. I think yesterday on my video, we talked about, I said I'll show you today on the video, and I remembered right before the video. So I'm hoping this is what we were remembering, which I'm going to show you the new embossing folders, and I kind of embossed a little bit just to kind of give you an idea what we had. Oh, Clovis is amazing, Rose. I bet they love it. So I did do some embossing so I can show you. Let me move my keyboard, my emergency bring it over keyboard. Oh, San Diego, nice and cool there. Or cooler than here, I should say. So I did do some embossing. I also had somebody that was asking me about the timber embossing folder versus the bark and what are the difference. So I'm just going to show you those really quick. And then I'm also going to do a few little changes on this card. Nothing major. I'm going to kind of show you what I would do differently, and we'll do that. So we'll do that too. So yesterday, you guys, if you saw my unboxing very long video, you'll notice that I did die cut out one of my images that we're using today with this pretty paper. And that's why I decided I'm just going to have to use that card, because you know I was on here for 4 hours yesterday doing unboxing and playing with new stuff. And I have an idea for another card, and I'm like, that card's going to take way too long, so I went with this one. So that's why we're there. So I'm just going to show you really quickly the embossing folders first. Hi, Olivia. And then we'll get started on the project. But first, I do want to share with you, I hopefully have links below, since I quickly created this new video after it wouldn't hook up. Thank you, Olivia. Whenever I try to schedule it, it just gets, it's crazy. But anyway, hi, Colleen. So I am having a paper share. It's $42. There were a couple people, I apologize, you got charged a little bit for shipping. It was a $2 fee, but that was for my stamp sets that I have in my shop, retired items that are selling. And so I will be reimbursing you those $2. That was my new blog. My blog has a new shopping area, and it's a learning curve. Hi, Debbie. And thank you, Carolyn. So my paper share is going to be 9 of the brand new DSP packages, and I will cut them down into quarters, so you will get 6x6 sheets, and they will be packaged in cellophane with labels on them, and you'll get all your, a variety. You'll get a little bit of everything from each package, a stack of 6x6. So if there's, 24 sheets, you're going to get 24 sheets, but 6x6. So I can split it. That's why the cost is so low. But this way it gives you an idea of a little bit of everything to play with, and also which full packs of paper you maybe want to purchase. The other thing I'm having on July 16th is bingo. So we're going to have a Christmas bingo. I'm going to be doing Christmas projects, and I'm going to have some great giveaways, and we are just going to have a lot of fun. In your bingo packet, always I send you guys back, if you win gifts, I will send you your gifts along with the card kits. So you will get a card kit for all the projects I create, or if I do a 3D, you'll get products to recreate those. And then I timestamp in the bingo video where your cards are to start, so you don't have to listen to the bingo stuff again. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so let me show you these. Let's get started. I have a lot to do. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Deborah. So, okay, so the first one I wanted to show is, this is the bark. Okay, let me put these down. This is the bark, and this is the timber. So bark is more like, you could use that for waves of water and a lot of different things. This is really more like the woodland one, but it's a little more rustic, I think. Has a lot of knots in it. And I try to pick a good paper that you guys could see, but my camera up close gets weird. So that's the difference on the two, okay, on those two. The next one I'm going to show you is Merry Melody. That's the music one I was talking about yesterday. All right, the next one is Time Worn Type. Look how pretty that is. Time Worn Type. And it's got little typing, little words in there, like you can barely read some of them. Like this says never, and this says harvest, and this says no what, I mean fade. I mean, you can barely see them, but it's really a cool folder. Oh, you're welcome, Lauren. And then this one is the one that was the star cross that we talked about, and I think I said this is the one I would show you. So what I would do is put this on your trimmer and put it in the corner, or you can, cut your paper ahead of time would be a good idea. But if you're going to do this, my suggestion to you is drop your cutting blade in the middle and then go down. When you're doing this on an embossed, if you start at the bottom and work your way up, then it's going to catch on your embossing, and it's going to be kind of, it's a chance of tearing it. So there is your star crossed. So you can use two different ones there. So I wanted to show you that. And then the last one, of course, is the Merriest Frames Hybrid. This is the one I showed yesterday. But if you wanted to just do the embossing folder, you could. You could also take the square die out and put it there, but it is smaller because it's supposed to be for you to layer up a piece of paper for a sentiment. And then, but you could also take the other die and then cut it out. But look, you could just layer a different color right on top, and then you still have your stars in the back. So I hope that makes sense. This is a beautiful set. Oh, I didn't notice the pun, Carol. Very, very observant. Okay. So that's that. So I wanted to just show you those so you kind of get an idea of the different embossing folders and that. So we are going to make this card, and it is so pretty. And I thought about, we're going to change it up a little bit, not a lot, but I thought about adding some of those gilded gems or something like that in here. But those are gold, and this is more of a champagne. I also thought of the gold ribbon, and I thought, no, I really want this to be kind of the main focus. So we're going to make a couple changes on this. So let's go ahead and get some die cutting first. I'm going to move this so I can actually not have my machine slide all over the place. What we're going to be using is, in this suite, we have Christmas season and Christmas to remember. And I wanted kind of a smaller font. And I mean, Magic in the Air would be good because I wanted this to be the main focus. So I went small, but I'm even going to go smaller, and I'm going to show you what I did and what we're going to do will be different. Okay, then these, which seems weird, all the ones with the labels go with this set, and then this one goes with this set. So this is a bundle here, and this is a bundle, but they're both in the Painted Christmas suite. So we are going to start with these dies here. I still have my stack of dies in a basket to the left of me, because after yesterday's video, all I did is create a card and walked away. All right, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to take, I have a card base in black. Inside I have Cherry Cobbler 4 by 5 1/4. And then the top will be 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to accent that in a minute. And then we're going to pull in Evening Evergreen. So let's start with that. I'm not going to tell you what that was from because I did do some quick die cutting for Tuesday's video, and I'm super excited about it. All right, so for the green, we have 2 dies. We have, okay, let me move my machine up a little bit. We have this more intricate die, and then we also have this die. This is going to be my base die. So we're going to use this for the green. All right, and it just fits on a 1/4 sheet of paper. Thanks, you guys, for joining me today. Happy 4th. Hope everybody is staying cool and safe. We had fireworks in the area going off like crazy last night. That looks like it went really well with just one pass, so I think we're good there. And then what I'm going to do is pull in, this is in your Sale-a-bration. This is your Bedazzling specialty paper. Now, it is suggested that you use open dies on this. I used this with a few run-throughs, and it was fine. And you're still going to have a good amount left, because I did this yesterday, that you can use for other things, so don't get rid of that. So I'm always going to try and put it to the side and down so that we have some left over. I'm going to actually put it up so it goes in first. And I like to try and save, so squish it over the best you can, get it on there. And I'm going to run this back and forth a few times. It does go through quite nicely, but yesterday I went a few times and then I realized I don't think I needed to do as much as I did. It just kind of looked like it wasn't all the way through. So let's take a look at it now. It's just that the paper is a little, I'm going to run it through again. I mean, you can see on the back the leaves go really well, but it seems, I mean, I think it, see how it looks like it's not really all the way through, but it kind of is. So just be, careful because it is delicate. So it is cut more than you think it is, which is a good thing. I just don't want to rip anything, but doing it from the back, look, you can't see anything from the front. So I wanted to do this on screen so you can kind of see in case you missed the video yesterday. And then I realized this morning there's always something you could do ahead of time, and of course this last 48 hours is kind of crazy, so So everything is moving along on my son's house. Everything is going along well. They're not going to move until, I don't remember if I told you guys that their house is in contract. So everybody's in contract. My son's moving back to California, which will be nice. Like my husband said, well, he didn't choose Washington. That's where he ended up being stationed. And he stayed there because, let me move this up. Okay, I'm going to move this over. I think it's fine. But let me finish die cutting a little bit, and then I'll move this out of the way. It'll be a little easier. I did most of our acorns, except we need 2 more. So I like to do the solid. I need just the little ones. I need the solid on the, this is crumb cake. And then I'm doing this here on there. So I did most of them, and I realized I miscounted. And I also want to add one on the inside. So we're going to do this. Oh, thanks, Barb. Thanks, Rebecca. It was so much fun to do. Oh, I have to tell you, when I did this card yesterday, right after my video, I was like, I'm just going to do the card I have in mind because I already cut the champagne, and I'm just going to go for it. Well, I lost this die right here in my trash can to my left of me twice. And you think I would have moved my trash can, but oh no, I did not. And twice. So what did I do? I grabbed my Stamparatus magnet and I'm wanding it around in the trash can trying to find it, but I found it both times, no problems. But I was like, really? And my husband was like, I made dinner, it's ready. And I'm like, I gotta find my die. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do while I have this out, we're going to do it a little bit backwards. I am going to use this die that is in the suite. Now, the last time I used the die from the Peaceful, no, what did I use here? I used the Merry Christmas, so I needed a long skinny, and this is from the Peaceful Deer, and I needed a long skinny die. Well, in Festive Finishes had this one. And I was kind of in a hurry, so I really wasn't paying attention. And then I realized, well, duh, we have all these labels in our set, and this one works perfectly right here with that Merry Christmas. So let's just cut out a piece of white, like right now. We're just going to put that on there and be done with it, so I don't have to pull this back up. And we'll just hope that it stamps straight. Oh, I know, Barbara. I could not believe twice they fell in the trash can. 2 times. I was just like, are you kidding me? And he's like, I made dinner. It's hot. And I'm like, I know. But, you know. Okay, so now we have that. Now, the other thing I did on the card from yesterday is I took a little bit of green. I just stamped out or die cut another one, and I just took some pieces off of it, but we're going to do something a little bit different on the front. Not a lot, but it'll kind of give you an idea. I have to put my acorns, or not my acorns, my pine cones together. So let me bring back my paper so you can see a little bit better. Okay, here we go. So we have our sentiment now. I'm telling you, my room is still, I have piles everywhere, so I'm going to move the piles where I can see them. Okay. If you're watching me for the first time, you're like, wow, she's unorganized. I really try not to be, but I still have all my new product everywhere. All right, so let's weed these out really quick. We're going to do this one from the back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the part that, I'm going to cut this part here. And then that way when we weed through this side, we can just take that off. Okay. And you just want to be careful. If we may have to run it back through, but I'm going to cut this. I didn't want to have this part done ahead of time because I kind of wanted to show you. But now I'm thinking this might need to be cut a little bit more. So I should have ran it through again. I should know with this paper, but yesterday. See, it's done. You just have to be careful with it. And then of course you know that your blades, you know, probably dull a little bit on your dies when you use it with paper like this, but to me it's worth it. I like this paper. I want to rip it right there if I can. Oh, there we go. Alright, well maybe I should have done one of these ahead of time. Bear with me, it'll be worth it. Alright, there we go. So there's our large piece. Hi Terry. Thanks Rebecca. Hi Carol Ann. Alright, and so if you just kind of wiggle it, it'll just work its way. I just kind of like to wiggle it and just like, you don't want that leaf to break, so it is just, it's delicate, but it's so worth it. It's so pretty. And so you would think it's not cut, but it is. Okay, see how your pieces are going to come off? Okay, so there's that. Yeah, it's this middle section, I think, that's just not quite cut like it should be. But I keep saying that, and then it keeps coming apart just fine, so. This one seems a little, I think I did go through a little harder yesterday. Went through a couple more times, and it seemed fine. Alright. You can find all these pieces that come out, but look at how delicate it is. So just be careful. Like this leaf right here is getting a little bent from me, but alright, I'm going to be honest, and I think I'm going to run another one through to make it faster for you guys, because I'll be here all day. I should have ran this one through a little faster, so I'll weed that later. Let's do this one more time. So, lesson learned, make sure you run it through a good back and forth like 3 times. Just that one section is being a pain, but I don't want you guys to have to sit here through this for all day. And I've got plenty of this paper. Don't forget, this is free with a $50 purchase. Yeah, it is, Patty. And this one, it just has that backing. That's the part that just sticking there. But I just don't want you guys to have to sit here. And I also think that I don't want to ruin that one by trying to rush. So, let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it a little bit. I moved it all together, and I'm going to run it through one more time. Just in case there was a low spot or something. And I could put a piece of paper in there, but I didn't have to yesterday, so I'm thinking I just have to, oh yeah, see, that looks much better. Look at, you can even see it starting to come out. So yay, I'm feeling better about that. Okay, here we go. Much, much better. So what did I do? 3 times, I think. See, this is kind of more like what it did yesterday, because I did it a few more times. And there we go. Much better. I was like, why is today giving me so much trouble? And it's because I didn't think I needed to go through again, but I was wrong. And you'll see it's so worth it. It's so pretty. See? There we go. Yeah, Tashana, I was just thinking the same thing that when I pulled it out, but then it looked like it was all falling just fine, so I was happy about that. But yes, you can definitely do that because you know your plates are going one way and then they can start kind of going the other when you flip them. Okay, so here we go. And if you watch me, you know I like to get all the weeding out. I don't like to leave stuff in, although on this one you can't tell quite as much, but I like to get it out. Do it from the back, you can definitely see it. From the front, you cannot. I don't like to use my brush on something like this. It's got a lot of little intricate things and I just don't like stuff to get stuck in there, and some of these are super fragile. So I just use my nails and it seems to work just fine. And just kind of bend it. And the whole point is you want your pine cones to kind of show. Now here was my dilemma, is when I was creating this card, you can see the really cute pine cones, but then we covered them up with pine cones. So the other thought I had, so I was going to share some different ideas. Now see, I'm not going to get crazy about undoing the pine cones because we're going to be kind of covering those up. But I wanted to show you some ideas I had on that. I think we could also do the pine cones. So we have these pine cones and you have your, you know, your back and then you have the front. You could do this in that paper. But then if you put it on top of this, I think that's going to be way too much. But if you didn't do this and you use like a brown, you could put the glimmer on top with this. And these cut fabulously. So, all right, so here's our other one. And this is the thicker, more sturdy base. And I just wanted to do, I've been really wanting to do Evening Evergreen on Christmas since the color came out. I thought, ooh, this is going to be a really pretty Christmas color. So I'm hoping, gee, with all the technical difficulties today, and then now I had to get the most difficult dies, right? Alright, so you just want to be careful. They are very delicate. Hi Johanna, how are you? I'm just weeding my greenery here. Now when you get something like this that's just kind of stuck in there, just go right up the side and you'll figure out where that little spot is that it's stuck, and it'll come off. See, now I'm thinking I should have went through with this one more time. So I'm thinking the secret to this is go through another time. Now some of this, like this, you think that that's a pea stain and it's not. That's where your other dye, actually I put glue right there and it glues right on really nicely. So now this one is, there we go. Alright, getting there. So you can see, like, these are where your pine cones are going to go through your other piece. So this weeding on this, yeah, I should have probably went through one more time on this one. The problem with trying to put your dye back on here and running it back through is that your pieces are just so small that it is going to sliver them up, like, you know, if your die is not exactly perfect. Now here's another thing I like to do. I just put my tool down and then just kind of lift up, and that's if they're already kind of loose. If they're not, then be careful, you don't want to rip it. Okay, like some of these are just not wanting to come out. Okay, you guys, don't laugh at me. We're going to do it again, because I'm not going to sit here and let you guys sit here all day. So, I already have paper cut in my drawer left to me if you guys don't watch. I know you guys are like, wow, this lady. In the drawer next to me, I have a bunch of quarter sheets already there. Oh, no worries, Nola. I had technical difficulties, and now we're trying to get these dies. So now we all know the secret to these dies is run them through like 3 times, back and forth. Yes, you could put a shim, and I normally would, but I try not to on my emboss and cut, just because I like to use exactly the plates that they tell me. And I'm just gonna put this over again. I just like to do it exactly how they tell me, just so I don't mess up my machine. It helps with the warranty and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of popping up as if it's, and I went through twice. Oh yeah, that's much better. I went through once before, and twice is the secret on this one. Now we know. 3 times on the, I am, Terry. I will get this done. 3 times on the intricate one, this one, and I did 2 times on this one, and that was much better. You can just see it's just kind of falling apart. So that's going to be our secret. See, learning curve. We just got these, and now we know. Look at it, now it just falls apart. So let's get that all off. Oh yeah, so much better. Sorry, you guys, what a pain. But now we know. 3 times, 2 times. So when you guys get yours and you work on them, you're going to be looking like a pro. You know, Nola, I do have other machines. I have a lot of machines. I've did affiliate links and stuff, so I have a lot of different machines, electric and non and whatever. Honestly, when I put my stuff in my Stampin' Up one, it just, I just love the way it cuts. And of course I say that now that I've had issues with this one, but I think this is the die, definitely not the machine. Alright, so let me get all that out of here. Yay! Alright, so that was my extra paper here. We're going to cut this down while we're right here. Start layering stuff up. So this is already 4, because this is how I cut that paper. And then I want 5 1/4. So we are going to have this little bit here for the inside. We're going to go ahead and start layering up our image. Now, yesterday what I did is this lays exactly, let me show you this. Right, Patricia? Okay, so when you put this on, you can see, oh, wrong way, that these all align exactly on the green. And you can look at your pine cones, you can see them on there, and it just kind of gives you an idea, and you can lay it exactly on there. I want to offset it a little bit because I want to see more green. You see on here, it doesn't seem like you can see quite enough green. It's there, but this is the difference of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with the green layer. And we're going to do this side. This, I think the snowflakes would be just way too much. So this came out of, again, a Sale-a-bration item, Peaceful Prints, and this is the deer, the paper with the deer. Okay, so I showed this yesterday, and so I just thought that the red would look really pretty on the background. I'm sure we have a red that's not in the Sale-a-bration item, something that you might have, or that you're getting in a bundle or a suite, but I decided that this is what I wanted to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some glue on the pine cones. And now I'm just going to kind of go through and add a little to each little loose out there branch, just so it kind of holds it down. But we're going to be layering on top of this, so I'm not too concerned with everything having glue. You just kind of want to make sure that it's going to lay down, you know, decently. What is that set called with the big dice? This one is called, the bundle is Christmas to Remember. So it's going to be this with that other large die that's in the back, and this one. But if you get the suite, you also get Christmas season, which is your pine cones and holly and stuff, and then these seasonal labels, and that's all in the suite. All right, so now we're going to take this and just layer it up. You know what? Okay, I'm going to layer it and I'm going to flip it. And the reason why is because I want my sentiment to the right side. So I'm going to turn this around. So you see what I did? Now I have 2, 3, and 3. And my sentiment will go up on this side over here somewhere. Okay. Now we're going to take this one. And I'm going to take, and I didn't get every little tiny thing out, but like I said, I'm okay because we're going to be gluing our pine cones on top of that. So I'm going to take my glue here and just kind of start with the pine cones, just because I know that those are a little bigger space, and that way I can get my glue running. And then I just kind of run down and just kind of do the same thing, kind of get glue everywhere that you can on these long branches. It doesn't have to be all the way, but to me it just kind of helps it hold it down so it's not going to be catching on everything. It'll be somewhat glued down. And you don't need a lot, you just need a couple little dots. Ooh, I'm working on Tuesday's video, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys consider doing my bingo. It's on July the 17th on a Saturday. It will be 3 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific time. And that way my poor East Coast people, our last bingo, we had so much fun, but they were up late. And I kind of want it to be where everybody is a little easier. Alright, so look at your, I'm going to hold these two edges here together. So look at your pine cones, you know that's where they're at, and I don't mind, I'm going to tilt it a little bit and just show some more green. Okay, so you're just tilting a little, because I really want to just show some more green. Now let's do our pine cones really quick. This is the part I thought, oh, I should have done this before. Do you use Tombow? Yes, I do. I love Tombow. I love my multi-glue. Ooh, Bonnie, fun. We're going on the 21st. I'm excited. Where did you go? Alright, so we have these. They're super easy to put together. Just lay them out. Alright, I took, you don't need a whole lot. I just kind of put little glue, little dots here and there. A little on the bottom, a little in the middle. It doesn't have to be everywhere. Okay, just kind of random. And then I look at this piece here and this piece there. And I just put them right down. And it all just falls together. Okay, I should bring in my silicone mat. Alright, so there's one. Oh, my phone's... Right, Barbara? Last time, I think when the new catalog came out, somebody had made a comment, not to me, but I just saw them, like, how come everybody's, you know, using the new stuff? And, you know, we put a lot of money out, demonstrators, to do videos and share, and so you get an idea of what you want to buy and things that you're, you know, will work for you. and we want to get use out of them. Our other stuff is still here through, you know, next year. And so we definitely want to get our use out of it, but also help you decide what you're interested in. Okay, my video is twisting, and I hope it's not stuck. All right, I'm going to go back in and out, see where I'm at. And it also says my live video is my, I don't think my picture changed. Okay, hopefully you guys are still here because my chat kind of went away. So let me know. Say hi, please, if I know you're still here. Oh, good, Bonnie. I got your message. Oh, fun. I love camping. I'm excited because we're going to go visit my sister and my brother-in-law, and then we're going to head over and meet my brother and go camping. So we'll be up in Coos Bay and then kind of heading back down and go camping on our way home. So I'm super excited. Hi, Eileen. Carol, no problem. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning. That's what I get for trying to do a scheduled live again. So I'm going to be figuring that out on a private video and see if I can get it to work. Because that way you guys kind of know what I'm going to be working on and all that good stuff. Hi, Lisa. So is this on anybody's list, this set? I'm loving it. There's just so much to buy. There is so much that I'm loving. All right, so see, these don't take very much time. What's nice is you have two small and two large. So you just make up what you need, and instead of just one at a time. Oh, Barbara, that's awesome. Are you a demonstrator? Oh, you are a demonstrator. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, like most people know, I left and did affiliate links and stuff. I went with another company, did affiliate links, and then I came back, and I'm so happy. They've really, really made a lot of wonderful changes. And obviously they're listening to the demonstrators, which is really nice. I've been to I used to go to the conventions when they were in Utah. And that was a lot of fun. Nola, the same with me. Same with me. I have another pine cone set. You know, same thing with the pine and, you know, just different things. But, oh, I really like this one. And, of course, the paper. I mean, just everything with this set is gorgeous. And, of course, I didn't use just the Suite. I didn't use that paper. I wanted to show you to change it up and add some. I wanted it a little more rustic. Oh, I almost showed you the catalog. In the catalog, the paper that goes with this, there is some red, but it's not exactly what I wanted. Oh, nice, Tashana. Yeah, I think I went to 3 or 4. 3 maybe in Utah. Oh, Lisa, you are welcome. I'm glad. Oh, Carol, right? Oh, let me clean this. All right, we're almost done with this. Our little pine cones, which don't take much time. They cut out like a dream, one time through. So now we know, 1 time for pine cones, 2 times for the large background, and 3 times for the intricate, if you use the glitter. I'm sure if you use regular, it's paper, it'll be fine. It won't let you order. Wait, I tried to put on pre-order. Oh. Where are you at, Joe? Are you in the U.S.? Sometimes there are certain things that aren't available in certain areas. Like for us, we couldn't get the gingerbread suite because if one of the items is out of stock, it won't let you get it. Oh, then you know what? Did you try it the very first day? Or were you trying it later? And I would check the out of stock stuff. Maybe it's something that, because let's say in this suite that like the gold leaves or the ribbon or something goes out of stock, then it's not going to let you get the suite, but you can definitely go in and order everything else other than the one item that is not available. All right, so there are our pine cones. All right. You know, it's interesting because, you know, when companies, any company, tries to, you know, figure out what's going to sell and what's going to be big, what's going to be popular, there is no telling. Okay, I did not do dimensionals on these because of this glitter. I kind of wanted to make sure that they weren't going to go anywhere, and I wanted the ribbon and stuff. So I'm going to go along where the pine cones are on here, and I just put a glob on, and I'm going to add our pine cones. So I do the big ones first just so I can kind of see a little bit better and pay attention to this. Okay, here's another large one. So see, you're covering up your pine cones, which is covering up some of the glitter, so it's all in what you want. Yeah, like Tashana said, there might just be one item missing and it's not going to allow you to get the bundle. But if you go back, or the suite, but if you go back and get the bundle, yeah, it might already be sold out. I mean, there's people that probably went in and bought 20 gold leads. You know, you don't know what everybody's items are. And then there's people that, you know, give them as gifts to customers or their downlines or whatever. All right, so I'm just kind of putting those in there. Okay, there's another one here. Kind of a little bit difficult. I mean, you just have to look for the pine cone. You'll notice I'm putting a lot of glue because if you look, you're going to notice that it's really holy underneath because of the images. All right. Okay, so the acrylic, you guys didn't, if you didn't see me yesterday, the acrylic gingerbread pieces, I didn't order either, but I did, my upline ordered them and she said they're amazing. And then I saw somebody else post them. Okay, so this one's going to go on the inside of my card, so we'll put this back in my little bowl here. All right, so what I did is I moved that over. I brought out a block and I just set it down just so everything starts to kind of be put together there. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I brought in the it's all underneath my, oh, here it is. I have the black and white ribbon I'm going to add, and I think I'm not going to do as big of a bow, and I'm probably not going to add that greenery now that I switched everything a little bit, but I will add it on the inside. So let's finish our sentiment and do our bow. I still like the Merry Christmas, I like this cursive one, but I don't know if it's going to fit, so let's take a look. It will not. Way too big. Alright, so we're not going to use this one. I think I'm just going to go back to using the one from the Peaceful Deer. Just the little Merry Christmas. But what I wanted to do is change it up a little bit. I'm going to take this little pine cone here. No, I think I'm going to use the big pine cone. No, let's do the little pine cone. And I want to add, you know that I don't like a lot of, I'm going to take the big leaf too. No, the little leaf. I don't like a lot of white on the front. I don't like it. And that one still looks like a lot of white to me on the sentiment there. So I want to change it up a little bit. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to do of this, but let's give it a try. So we have some greenery here. And we have the pine cone. So I'm just going to bring in crumb cake because I want it super light. Alright, and I'm going to bring in my little stamping pad here, my grid. Alright, so let's do the background first. So I'm going to do crumb cake, and this is just kind of a thought. Okay, I'm going to do the third generation. I liked that light. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See how it's just adding just a little bit of texture. And now that's kind of white up there, so I'm going to do something a little different. Were you able to tidy? Oh, no, Noah. I'm in a circle. I have a big circle right here. It's just crazy. I told my husband, okay, you cannot bother me. I have a lot to do. And he's like, I need your help with the motorhome. He's working on something. And then we've got to take it back to storage. So, but that's okay. I said, well, after my video, I have 20 minutes. And then I'm back in to get my card ready for. Okay, I'm going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want this super light. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 5. And I just want that tip. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do this one this way. Okay, see how it's just super, super light? Alright, that's all I want. Alright. And now, let's turn it a little bit so you can see better. We're going to take out the Merry Christmas. I just like the font. I think it matches nicely with this set. Probably because it's from the deer set, so it's a little rustic. Let me lay that down. I like to lay the, especially if it's a sentiment, lay it down and then put my block on top. Oh, good, Paula. I'm glad you did. Uh-oh, he's probably at Home Depot, Karen, just shopping away. All right, so now I need some memento. And I'm just going to kind of probably put my head in the way, sorry. All right, I'm changing this up. I forgot, I did this yesterday. Remember when I told you if you put your sentiments on a block that's just way too, like, too close to the size that you can't see? I have this little teeny tiny piece of paper here that I'm trying to put my sentiment on, and I can't see how straight I am on that block. So I like to put it in a larger block. Now that's not messed up, that's the green leaf, if you can see it and tell that. So that is what I like to do, so I can see it a little bit better. Now, doesn't this look better than that white label? When I did that last night, I was like, I didn't like it from the get-go. And then I said, oh, I'll show you guys. what I would do differently. All right, so I think these are all on nicely. And so we're going to turn it like this. Remember I said I wanted the pine cones to where I want to see them. So let's put that together. Okay, Terry, thank you for stopping by. Okay, so now we're going to add the ribbon. Now I did a triple bow on this, and I think it's a little too much just because there's a lot of gold. So I'm going to simplify it. I also cut it, which made it a whole bunch more. So I'm just going to do a double bow. And should we go all the way around? I think so. Let's break up this because it's a lot of the same color. So I'm going to go all the way around. So I'm going to cut it right about here. So if you watch my bow video, it's linked in my haul video at about 50 minutes. But you can look up my bow video. Let's see, if I want to do it without cutting it, I think I do want to cut it. So this is the weird part, is cutting this and getting it to cut straight. Oh, that's a good idea, Lisa, is putting a darker piece under so you can see it. It just has that magnifying look, you know, through the block, and I just don't like, it's just kind of hard. But yeah, I bet you putting a piece underneath it would be easier. Okay, so cutting the ribbon, you've got to be really careful because it's super easy to cut to the side. And there's white in the middle. Last night my husband was here. I'm like, hold this. So he was here to hold the other end. So I could like try to put a block over here maybe, and it would be a little easier because I can pull it a little bit. And that is easier because you have a little bit of, but you also don't want to go too fast because you will end up cutting your other side off. Oh, Paula, good. And I think it'll help you kind of decide, you know, what you need to get right away and what you can wait on. And like I said, there's a few things I didn't get, but there's some items I still want to get. And what's easy with this one is you can see the white is what's down the center. So if you start not seeing white, you want to move back over to the right. We're just about done. So while I'm finishing this part, I wanted to remind you guys that I have a paper share if you're interested. The information, there's a link below that you can find out some info. The price does include shipping. It's $42. You'll get a quarter of 9 packs, so you get every paper. You can try all the new papers, all the DSP. And I didn't add a bunch of the miscellaneous papers in. I wanted to make it as simple as possible for you because there's so many things to buy. And remember that on the other sides of the paper, and when you watch my unboxing video, you can see that there's a lot of different paper on the other side that you could do. Now you could add twine in here. I did cut the gold ribbon, but to be honest, this isn't gold, it's champagne, so I really wanted that piece to be the main focus, so I chose not to use that. So I'm just going to do a double bow, and we're going to go around. I do my bow first, even though we're going to wrap it around the card. Okay, and you can see my video. I don't know that I showed this part in the video on how to wrap it around this, because, and I might have to make this smaller. Let me see where we're at here. Oh yeah, I definitely have to make it smaller. Because I kind of came up with this after the fact. Like I haven't used it in a while, and then I did, and I was like, ooh, I need to share that. Okay, so I'm going to do a double bow and a smaller, kind of a smaller bow. So that's just the length that your fingers are apart from each other is how big your bow is. And they're kind of tight, so I'm struggling getting the bow in. Now see all the little threads, the white threads from this ribbon that are just kind of fraying? I love it because it just keeps the card kind of more rustic looking. Okay, so now you have your bows and you have 4 little strands because you cut them. So you did two loops around your finger, but there's 4. Okay, so we're going to add that about there. I just want to make sure. Yeah. So I'm going to take a glue dot. You guys, if you follow me, you've seen me do this before. Just get a glue dot, and I'm going to put it right about, let's see where my sentiment's going to go. Whoop. Oh, my sentiment right about there. So I'm going to put my bow right about here. Okay, so I'm going to put my bow right there. I'm going to take this around, and you can open it up if you want to, you know, like this, whatever you want, and have it open here. But then when you come back around, you want to tuck it under this ribbon over here and pull it under, and then pull it down. So remember, okay, this a little piece right here is loose. Which one? Here. So remember, pull these down because that glue dot right there, you're going to kind of tuck these in with that glue dot, all right? And then I always take another glue dot and I slide it under to just make sure that it's with that last little piece of ribbon there to hold it still. Okay, so there's our ribbon. I'm liking this. Okay, and I'm not going to cut it yet because we have the card base still, so I kind of want it long. All right. Now we need our dimensionals. And I'm going to use large ones because of the texture that's going to be underneath. All right, so there is our 3. And I think I'm just going to put it right in between here. No, I don't know if I like that. Now that the bow's kind of bigger than what I was expecting, and I really like it because I fanned it out, now I got to think about where I want this to go. And I think I'm just going to put it right here. I don't like it here. It's like too symmetrical. It's like it thought it was supposed to be there, but I like it right there. So just make sure you push those really good and make sure it's not loose at all, and it's not. Our dimensionals are amazing, right? All right, now we're going to go to the inside. Remember our little piece that we cut off? So I have cherry cobbler. That's what that is. Oh, you know what? I think that's real red. Let me read. I don't remember right now. It is real red and cherry cobbler. I'm going to do real red. I think I did cherry cobbler on the last one. So let's cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. Nola, it was 4 hours, but I sampled a few things and we looked at everything closely. I didn't just pull it out of the box and say, look, and pass it on. We kind of dissected stuff and looked at it, and I tried a few things to, like this die and this paper, for example. Cut that out. All right, so the first thing I always do is add this on the bottom. And I like to use my runner. Uh-oh. I don't want snowflakes, so we're going to do this side. We had a lot of fun looking at the new stuff. And all right, so again, I cut my papers to 4 by 6, but that gives me this extra piece, which works out perfectly in the card. Yes, after 4 hours we were in a trance, but we were all trying to figure out how we're going to make more money to get more goodies, right? All right. Okay, see that white right there? I don't like that. So it was slightly over. So I just take this in and then cut that. Luckily my adhesive does stick to this, but this can come off and I'll wash it. There we go. So that is on the inside. I like layering up the inside. It just kind of gives a little more strength to the card, and it's just a little more, I don't know, sturdy, seems more well made. Of course, I always use the thick cardstock on the back. All right, so see, I didn't think we needed to add any embellishment. I do like that the ribbon is a little flatter. I like the long strands, which we can just cut some of them. And I think if this was a little smaller, I even think cutting it a little, putting it on a little crooked would be good, but I'm not going to cut it now. And because it's got a bit of stuff on it, I'm going to go ahead and add this. So I definitely want to put, and I don't mind, I put it on the string too, just on the ribbon, so just it doesn't slide around anywhere. Okay, so you see how the sentiment here, I like it smaller because I don't really want the sentiment to be the main focus. So I'm probably going to take that off and make it smaller. And I'll probably just put another one on like that, because if I cut this down, the treetops are going to come off, and I don't want to do that. But the bow is just going to be the bow. It's a big bow. And see, I added the greenery. Oh, I got to add my inside here. So I have my pine cone, and then I cut this extra one yesterday. So I'm just going to cut this little piece. Just find a piece on there that you can add. Oh, Colleen, you're very sweet. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. So we're just going to add a little bit here so we don't miss the inside. Oops. And it doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to put a sticker on it and put a bunch of glue or anything. So I just do that. But I do glue this down because you don't want to put dimensional. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't put dimensionals on the inside. Oh, good, Terry. Yeah, we had fun. A lot of stuff. I can't wait for Tuesday's video, you guys. That was actually the first card I wanted to do, and I can't tell you what it is, but I wanted to do it first, but since I already had this kind of partially done from yesterday, I just decided that I had to do this. I was tired from my last couple days. Thanks, BB. All right, so there are the cards. So here are the differences. You can see a little more green in this one now than I did in this one because I layered it right on top. I kind of was thinking that you were going to see more green around the edges, and then I decided I didn't like that. So I added the green on here, but on here I don't think you do, and it's nice because this isn't going to catch on this one, but you can see your green in there. And so I like this one better for that. I really do like the ribbon that I did, you know. So it's rustic, but it's also blingy with our fun paper here from our, I don't want to tell everybody to get it because I don't want them to run out because I want more. But this, don't pass this up in your celebration. It is amazing, and it's nice, and it's just thick enough. Remember though, run your die through 3 times. Thanks for being patient while I did that, and also while I was trying to get my scheduled one to work. What time is your unboxing? Oh, Joe, I've already done it. There's a video. Look on my page. It was the one I did yesterday, so it should be right before this one. Oh, thanks, Caroline. Are you like this one better? Yeah, Paula, the dies are great. Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody likes different looks. So this one is a little more neat to where you can really tell the definition of the pine. And then this one, it just kind of looks like it's the tree with some sprigs out of it, so it's a little busier. So yeah, there's definitely a difference. And then I think maybe next time I would do the same as this, but do this slightly, not as much as I did. So, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can do it for sure. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget that I have bingo coming up on the 17th. And there's a link below. You could go check out the description. We're going to have some fun prizes. I'm going to be crafting, and the 4 projects I create, I will mail you the card kits after bingo, and then you will have the bingo video with the timestamps in the description of where we did the cards at, so you can get through all of the bingo information. I also have a class online in my shop, and my blog is marciebeseckerdesigns.com, and then this is the Art and Bloom. So there's a video link, and it's a video link only now, and you can purchase it for only $15, and we walk through creating these 3 cards. You are so welcome, everybody, and thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Here is my code for July. I'd appreciate if you use that if you shop with me. The links are all below. Thanks, Katie. Thank you, Patricia. So again, I look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. I have a fun card. I can't wait to show you. I just started it, but I have some great ideas for it. So you'll see that on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, guess what? I'm cutting my hair. Yay! Oh, Chris, I'm glad you did too. Thanks, BB. Thank you, Karen. Happy 4th. Do you think cutting the glitter paper on the back with the die would be... You know, I thought about that, but then you really can't see the reverse side if it's cut all the way through or not. And then once you take it out and put the die back on, if it doesn't line up exactly, then you know, your little tiny delicate branches and pine needles are going to be cut in half. And I mean, you can definitely try it. I do that with a lot of other kinds of stuff, but this one's so busy to see, it's hard to see. But I haven't tried it on this one, so it may. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you for always sharing. I appreciate it. It's kind of like, it's not super thick, but it's has a like a coating kind of. It's kind of like it has the thick white paper on the back, and then they put that on. And of course, there's got to be some kind of adhesive or something, so it's not super thick at all. Oh, thank you, Chris. That's very sweet of you. It does not flake off, Paula. I tried, when I first took it out of the package, I had like one or two, but I think that was from the cutting and the packaging. But no, that was my first thought when I saw it. I'm like, ooh, it's not like regular glimmer paper. So let me show you a little closer. So it has like a honeycomb kind of a pattern, but then in some of those honeycombs, it's more like, it looks like the hexagon shape. It's really hard to kind of explain it. But yeah, no, it does not. I thought it was, and I was, at first, before I opened it up, I was a little disappointed. I thought, oh no, I don't want, because I bought a lot. And I'm like, I don't want it to, you know, flake off or anything. But no, it does not. It's perfect. I really like it. Thank you again, everybody. I would really appreciate a thumbs up, a like, a share, and come back and comment. That always does help my page, and I appreciate it. And if you didn't see the unboxing, grab yourself a nice iced tea and have a seat and have fun watching. And if you have a catalog, mark it up what you want. If you don't, take some screenshots or write down the items that you are wanting to buy, because there's a lot of really great things. All right, everybody, I will see you Tuesday. Have a very safe 4th of July, and have a great week. Bye.